Hey guys, guess who I'm shooting with today? It's finally happening. Wow, I did not know you were going to do that.
Bro really came out the back rooms and did an Axe body spray peck dance. That is nasty. That is absolutely insane. Now, this individual who's speaking and is talking about shooting something, now you might be thinking maybe they're shooting a rap music video. Perhaps they're throwing frisbees in the air and actually shooting at them. Both of those things would be a better use of time than what she's referencing to, because she is an adult entertainer, and she's an adult entertainer who is actually in a relationship, married to a podcaster and CEO of No Jumper, Adam22. Pretty much this century's power couple. Now, Adam actually involved his now wife in a lot of his business in terms of podcasting and talking, and she also involved him in her side of the business because Adam, being the genius businessman that he is, he decided to do podcasts with certain adult entertainment actresses. And then after those podcasts, he would go into their side of the world and do adult films with those individuals, which is really a 2-for-1 deal. He basically gets to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get as much black tar on his soul as possible. Now, here's the thing I'd like to say, because I think that when you see stuff like this and it becomes more and more prominent, it really does feel like it's the new normal. Like, it's okay that once you turn 18, you can become a millionaire by going on OnlyFans. It's okay that once you get to a certain amount of followers, you can literally do anything for any amount of money. Like, selling out does not exist anymore. But listen, if you feel that way, if you're tempted by the devil, listen, every Friday, go to the mosque. Every Saturday, go to the temple. Every Sunday, go to church. And if you're feeling really tempted, go to all 3. Hit the trifecta. Do the treble. Do the whole run. Because this is literally the devil's antics. This is nastiness to the highest degree. Because not only did Adam22 okay this and basically say that he doesn't want to hold his wife back and basically says that this is good for her career, he basically made this look like it was the healthy thing to do, where he's like, I don't want my own insecurities to hurt my wife and our relationship. I don't want my own feelings to hurt her business. I want her to flourish. And of course, Adam22 has a bunch of yes men around him, and they actually had the gall and the insanity to sit there with a straight face, put that mask on and say, Adam, you're very mature for this.
After 7 years together, been doing pretty much the whole time, but we've gotten more and more deeper into the conversation, or into the stuff. We decided, we've been having this conversation for like damn near a year.
Okay.
She shot her first ever scene with another man over the weekend.
That shows growth.
That shows growth. Bro, but they get on your ass saying that you don't have it in you to disagree with me. So I'm going to use this as an example. Tell me how you really feel.
What about her? Listen, for the money, you don't want to hear what I'm talking about for the money, young.
I'm going to tell it
for the money, young.
Yeah.
I disagree. I could disagree with Adam if he told a lie. Like, you try to stay away from bullshit on the podcast. It's like, all right, how I really feel is that I need my girl to go out and shoot a motherfucking porno solo scene so she can bring that bag back home. This is a business, nigga. This is business.
To me, it was kind of like...
Now, other than those goofy yes men, I'm sure there's going to be some people out there that thinks this is normal to some degree. But I'd like to say that this is actually disgusting on multiple levels. Other than the fact that you obviously have the greed aspect, literally doing anything for money, because Adam22 is a millionaire, his wife is a millionaire, but they want to grow more. They basically want to be the Jeff Bezos of the internet realm, but instead of doing any type of smart investing or work that amounts to anything useful to anyone, they basically want to do as much soul selling as possible so that the devil can lift them up to the altar like this is some type of berserk moment, right? So obviously, this is nasty on a lot of levels, but one thing specifically that I'd like to call out is that this is a small proponent of a larger issue, which is the adult entertainment industry as a whole, where they actually do this quite often, where she was so proud to say, guess what, guys, I'm finally doing it. It's the first male entertainer, and guess who he is? He is Mr. Jason Love. Now, Jason Love is a victim and he doesn't even know it. Brother's a millionaire, but his soul is tarnished by the devil's decree. Yo, listen, I'm sorry. I know I'm speaking like a corny version of Farrakhan, but it really is nasty seeing this behavior. So Jason Love is one of the few popular actors that is part of this new age disgusting mandingo effect where You know, mandingo is a term that was used during slave days, where basically they would label a strong, big black man as a mandingo, someone who was strong. He could basically be used for breeding to make more strong slaves. And eventually, once emancipation occurred, the mandingo became something to fear, someone who's a strong individual, someone who will steal your white daughters from you. And this actually was so insane and such a huge fear that there were cases where, for example, Emmett Till, a 13-year-old boy, was actually maimed and murdered for the alleged threat that he had whistled at a white woman. So this racist ideology was insane to the point that they feared children. Now, it might sound like an exaggeration, or it might sound like hyperbole to compare a slave ideology or a slave statement to this new age entertainment, but in reality, that is extremely similar, because this actor is part of a number of actors of a website called black.com. I can't believe the NAACP let them take that domain name. They really took black.com. And what this website literally does is put these several black men who are strong, big individuals, and they put them on a pedestal to say, this is the final level. This is the final boss. This is final form Frieza of the adult entertainment industry. And a lot of these losers online literally follow these female entertainers and pray and wait for the day these individuals basically take part in what they call the amazing British Broadcasting Corporation, just the acronyms there. And they essentially ascend to that final level. And it is a gigantic popular mechanism for these actresses to say, oh, wow, this is me. I'm going to be with this guy who is basically the top level individual in that area field, because they hype it up to be that. They say, oh boy, this guy is the strongest. This guy is the biggest. This man is literally the final achievement. It's like climbing Mount Everest. All the marketing around this, all the optics around this is basically to literally enhance that mandingo fear, to say, for people who are afraid of this, be like, oh my God, I can't believe she's doing this. And then people who are loving it, like, yes, give into it. It's basically the final moment, the final frontier, and this will be the best thing that can ever happen. And this is really nasty and disgusting on a lot of levels, and I think that it really does show the shift of online culture, where literally anything is possible. Literally, I'm looking at a married couple, someone who had went and gotten married and in front of a priest or pastor, said their vows, promised to take care of each other, and they some way, somehow freaked it to have your wife announce a release date for some type of adulterous act she committed with someone who is basically being used for modern day mandingo racist marketing. And this is what this company and this is what this industry is breeding. And yet, some way, somehow, these people are millionaires. These people have so much money. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much clout you have. There is such a thing as your soul. There is such a thing as your reputation. There is such a thing as social credit. Big up Xi Jinping. You literally will do things that will affect your life for the rest of your life. And God forbid, imagine if these clowns have children. These children have to grow up in a world where they see their parents who are quote unquote brave, quote unquote growth mindset, quote unquote mature. These disgusting heathens are your parents, and you have to live with that, and you have to explain to your friends like, oh, well, my mom is an adult entertainer and my dad actually promotes it, and they both use their businesses to enhance it, and they also take part in devil rituals, and at night sometimes I have to leave the house because there's like a demon in the other room. Like, that's nasty.
At the end of every single video, make sure you ask people to rate and subscribe to your content. It makes them feel like they're involved even though they're really not. And most importantly, make sure they comment on every single video. If you have to, disguise it. You know, call it something like the question of the day. And really make them think you're gonna really read it when you really don't have to. Ha ha ha!